Hey, Tim Sykes here, and I wanted to just do a little annual reflection. Just going over, what I really think mattered in 2023, and what I really want to focus on and improve upon in 2024. I think that every single one of you should be doing this. Um, Successful trading, success in business, happiness, fulfillment, freedom. All of these things are not easy to accomplish or achieve in the short term or overnight, like many people want. You really have to figure out what works best for you on so many different levels. It's not just about money, it's not just about strategy, it's not one size fits all. We are living in truly what is the most fascinating time in human history where you can learn anything, no matter your race, no matter your background, no matter how much money or how little money you have. You can learn everything online. And this internet, is just a few decades old and it's just beginning. And as we develop more technologies and more tools, I really hope that people start to really maximize it. But a lot of it, no matter how many tools or how much technology, comes down to you putting in the time and effort and really thinking outside the box. I can't tell you how many people just want hot stock picks. They don't want to learn. They don't want to think. They just want something simple. And I would encourage you to really instead push yourself in terms of what you can accomplish in life, but also what you can really learn and how you can use what you learn to really optimize your life. And it comes down to reflection, annual reflection, monthly reflection, weekly reflection. This is just an example of what I like to do, but I'm always trying to think about these concepts. And hopefully, this video can help you, maximize your own 2024. So, what am I thinking? First of all, process over profits. If you look at my now 30 plus millionaire students, none of them made any money in year one. Okay? Think about that. There were some ups and downs. Some of them, it's not like they lost on every trade, but there was no significant earnings in year one. Anything they did in year one was simply about building the foundation of knowledge, optimizing their process, learning so that by year two, year three, year four, they really, had it down better and then they could maximize. And that's not to say that everyone is going to be the same. Every year is completely different. And now, actually, I think challenge students are doing better, nowadays because they have more tools, more help, more examples than, students who were, not as guided or, didn't have as much useful content earlier. Every year it gets a little better. And in terms of process, you really have to find what works best for you and what works in the market. Every single year is different. 2020, 2021, I made over $1 million each year in trading profits. That's fantastic, but I'd also been trading for several decades prior. So I had a good foundation of knowledge, experience, know-how. I'd seen bubbles before. I called it pretty well. If anything, I was a little too conservative. 2022, 2023, I'm making roughly 100 grand each year. So big drop off 2020 and 2021, but I'm still profitable. And I've actually really prioritized students and my charity more now. So I've optimized my own process over simply trading profits. My go-to plays on OTCs, they're not working. So I'm trading a lot of NASDAQs, a lot of short squeezes, not my ideal trades, but I'm still taking what the market will give me. And I really want you to try to maximize every single year, whether it's a blowout year for trading profits, whether it's a great year for education. Number two, positive daily habits create a positive future. I've said this many times, but small, daily, boring habits really add up over time. If you work on building your watch list every night, if you work on, trying to find the right position sizes, if you try to really prepare ahead of time before you risk your hard-earned money the night before or if you wake up early in the morning, I can't tell you how much of a difference it's going to make in the long run, especially when you start to get in the groove and you see what works over and over again, and you maximize what works for you and you minimize what doesn't. All of this is building to a positive future. And I know some people will say, Tim, stop that. Just live in the now. No. If you want to build something truly great, it's not going to happen in the now. It's not going to happen overnight. It's lots of small little adaptations and optimizations built up over time. And it's amazing to see what you can achieve financially and knowledge-wise, and just create your own dream life. For me, it's not just about teaching. It's not just about trading. I'm also traveling. I'm also giving back. I really have adapted to figure out what makes me happiest. And that brings me to number 3, avoid negativity and negative people. There's always going to be haters, doubters. Unfortunately, some of us have it in our family, our friends, in our social media groups. It's all around us. And all you can do is try to avoid it, try to stay positive, recognize that it's always going to happen, even with companies. Like, you might think, oh, wow, look at all these AI companies. They're all going to be great. Nope. Some of them are going to be scams. Some of them are going to screw up. Many of them are going to screw up. You just have to accept that that's the way of the world. And you have to accept it, and then you try to learn from it, and you try to rebound from it. If I have anybody negative or toxic in my chat room or on my social media, auto block. If there's anyone negative in my life, very rare, because I've really, fine-tuned my life. But once upon a time, I've had friends, I've had family members who have been negative. They're just gone. I don't pay any attention to them. They will always try to bring you down to their lowly level, and life is too short. Number 4, I say it's a marathon, not a sprint, because the biggest things that you will achieve, the best achievements, the biggest successes, the most money, the most expertise, it happens over time. But that's not to say that you can just skip, years. You can't say, oh, well, Tim, none of your millionaire, students made very much or anything in year 1 or year 2. Yes, but they were also learning, okay? You still have to put in the steps, even if you don't see the results right away. That's what some people don't understand. They want success right away, and when they don't get it, then that, they hurt their own education. They get discouraged by their early losses or failures or mistakes. You shouldn't get discouraged. You should actually get encouraged, because the more mistakes you make, especially if you're trading small and learning in the beginning, the better you'll do in the long run. Venture capitalists always say fail fast and fail often so that you can learn what not to do. And it's not like it's an unlimited list. It's just a few things, sometimes many things. But if you learn, and you start to say, wait a minute, this didn't work, it's basically, a game of saying, wait a minute, there's going to be a few things that do work. Let me focus on those. And it's not simple, because the world is always changing. You're always changing. Every single person watching this is slightly different. But with dedication, with patience, with enough time, and being on the right track and being guided by mentors like me and several other mentors in the challenge, it's achievable, okay? All your success, all your dreams are achievable over time. It just does take dedication and patience along the way. Number 5, giving back to others is better than receiving. I really wish someone had told me this earlier in my career. For a very long time, I focused purely on myself, my family, my friends, but mainly myself, and it was good for a little bit, but then it got very old very quickly. And even with my family and friends, I'm proud to take care of them, but at the same time, I want to take care of other people, students, people that I don't know, people in other communities, people that I read about who need help, people that I meet around the world. It's amazing what you can do for others. It's not just about, donating big money or giving big gifts. Little things really can add up, just as I say, when you're learning, little things can add up. When you're trading, small gains can add up. Giving back to others in small ways, just, helping someone in your neighborhood, an old lady who needs help, maybe someone who has too many cats or dogs who needs help. Maybe the cats or dogs themselves need help. Like, there's so many little things that you can do. And once you get into the giving mindset, it's so rewarding. It's so fulfilling. And I'm not saying you have to be, all charity. For me, I love donating all my trading profits to charity, but you don't have to do that. That's just me because I've been trading now for a quarter of a century. The adrenaline rush is gone. I get more fulfillment out of donating the trading profits to charity. I'm not looking for congratulations. I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I'm just explaining to tell you what works for me. And then you have to figure out what works for you. I have some students who like to donate 5% of their trading profits, or 10%, or 1%, or 0%. And they just, work at their local soup kitchen on the weekends and they volunteer their time. There's so many different ways to help. But I really think that it's the missing link for many people. I know a lot of people have made a lot of money and they're still not happy because they've been on the wrong track and they're very superficial and into material goods. There's nothing wrong with material goods. I like, luxury just as much as some other people do, but really giving back, I think really just gels everything together. It just cements so much of your efforts and so much of this journey together. Number 6, remember and optimize your why. It's so important to figure out, why are you doing this? Why are you studying so hard? Why are you working so hard? Why did you get into this in 2023? Or why did you continue this into 2023? What do you want in 2024? Write down your goals, specific goals. And they might not happen on, January 1st or January 15th, 2024, but maybe by March or April or May or June or July or August or September. And I wouldn't just, say I want to make $1 million or make $100,000. You don't know when the next great trade is going to be. You don't know when the next great strategy is. All you can do is try to prepare by studying the past, studying my millionaire students, studying my trades and my lessons, and then, hopefully learning from your own trades as you do more and more. But also why? Do you want to take care of your family? Do you want to, build a school? Do you want a nice new exotic car? Do you want to build a home for yourself and your family? Do you want to, buy homes for everyone in your family? Do you want nice clothes? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want nice watches? There's no wrong why. You just have to figure out what really is going to motivate you to keep going, because this is a marathon. And I highly encourage you to look on social media. People say social media is bad. I think it can be good. I think especially if you use it for the right way, right? Like just for daily inspiration. Some of these photos and videos, some of the places I've traveled around the world, I never even knew they would have existed without social media. And I've used social media as kind of like this mood board of where I want to go in life. But always be willing to change your why too. Once upon a time, I loved fast cars and I loved a lot of material goods, and then that got old very quickly. And now charity is very fulfilling for me. I've been working on this new documentary for 2.5 years now. Very excited, not just to donate money and to see the changes, but also to film it and show other people, because I think that once you start to see, what a little money can do in like a third world country, I think it'll be, hopefully giving will become cool. And hopefully, become infectious where other people want to give, and it's not like this guilt tax like a lot of people think. But again, this is my why. Every single person watching this is going to have a different why. One of the proudest moments of my life, just in the beginning of my journey and even now, is taking care of my family. That hasn't changed. That has always been a great source of pride for me, because my parents sacrificed so much for me growing up, and it's been my honor to, retire them and give them a life that I think that they really enjoy and that they deserve. And then number 7, use new technology to improve and learn faster. 2023 was amazing. 2024 is going to be even more amazing as AI really expands at speeds faster than we can even comprehend. XGPT was a great project my team and I started. It's still being optimized, but it's learning more and every day, and it's really been crushing it lately. And I think, there's going to be more AI projects. and more tools, whether, we're talking about Oracle or Iris or even stocks to trade breaking news. That really changed the game for me. And these are just, a few stock trading tools, but new technology that's coming in 2024, like the Apple Vision Pro and spatial video. We'll see. There's so much opportunity with technology. And I think that the recent stock market run up is sensing that we're at this point where, there's going to be a lot of hockey stick growth in a lot of different industries as you have different technologies converge. And I want you to utilize it too. Don't be left out. There's a lot of bitter people where they're scared of AI, they're scared of automation, they're scared of the future because they don't have the right skills, they don't have the right mindset. They're going to be left out. Guess what? They're going to get even more bitter. They're going to fall further and further behind. I don't want you to do that. I want you to start to utilize this new technology. I'm not the best at technology. I recognize that. If you study with me for any extended period of time, I'm not the best at technology, but I'm open-minded and I'm willing to try different tools. And I am so grateful for all these new tools like Oracle and Iris and stocks to trade breaking news, and now especially XGPT. And my team is working on several new projects too. Use all of this new technology, even the fact that I'm able to make this video and record it for you, and you can learn almost in real time, or sometimes I'm, doing live webinars. Use that. Don't waste the opportunity. Education in the past was never this widespread. It was never this functional. It was never this advanced. And I'm really excited to see where education in all of this new technology goes in 2024, in 2025, and how you can use it in your own journey to speed up your learning curve. Never forget, I say, look, who wants to be my next millionaire student? I can give you all the tools, I can give you all the patterns and the rules, but you have to implement them. You have to study them and you have to implement them. All my top students are self-sufficient. It's not just that they're copying anybody's trades. It's not about hot alerts. It's the process. It's the self-sufficiency. And the good news is my team and I can really speed everything up for everybody. And we've seen that just at the rate of which we're creating new millionaires and even non-millionaires. Like I say, number one, going back to this process over profits, it's not like if you make $500,000, you're a failure just because you haven't made $1 million yet. I think 7 figures is the goal. And now I have, 2 students into 8 figures too, but that takes time. Try to make 3 figures, try to make 4 figures, 5 figures, 6 figures, then 7 and 8 figures. But utilize everything. Do not sleep on any of these new technologies or tools because you never know when you're going to have that light bulb moment. And there's a bunch of patterns. The stock market moves very fast. And if these tools and these lessons can help you, then I'm very happy. And I know they can. There's no way for a tool or education to hurt you because what I know we teach is useful. And what I know I teach specifically with a quarter of a century of experience is all the lessons I wish I had when I first began because I never had a teacher. So I never forget that I'm always trying to be the teacher to you that I never had. And all of these lessons, while they might make sense or might not make sense, whether they're, somewhat counterintuitive or confusing in the beginning, it's all designed to try to help you because I want more millionaire students. That is my main why. And all of these rules apply to me creating new millionaire students too. Perhaps that's why I made these rules. But they apply for me creating millionaire students and they apply for you studying to be my next millionaire student. And, even outside of trading, even outside of the stock market, I think these rules really apply just to helping you have the right attitude and the right mindset and perspective. Because the world can be a scary place. It can be a negative, toxic place. And a lot of people, fall down. And it's a very slippery slope and it's very difficult to get back up. So I want you to stay positive. I want you to stay dedicated. Let's work together. Let's work using all of this new technology and AI and new tools to really make 2024 the best year ever. 2023 was great, but I think 2024 can really be the best year for you, for me, for everybody. So let's get to it. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. I'm excited for 2024.